Hey kids, thaw yourself out from that chilly January weather with this killer sequenced 4's Diminished lick. Hello kids, and welcome to this week's magical installment of Weekend Wankshop. Here's your good friend, Uncle Ben. You know kids, it seems like we just can't get away from those dang diminished arpeggio modes. Seems like every cool guy on the block is busting these things into their solos, from guys like Jeff Loomis all the way to heavyweights like Yngwie Malmsteen. And you should too, Jimmy. Knowing a couple of cool diminished scale sequences to throw into your solos can add a little bit of interest and intrigue, and maybe even get you chicks. This is a cool 4-note pattern diminished lick I made up for you guys, but it's actually really similar to the first diminished lick I ever learned. It's one of the licks that Ralph Macchio, aka the Karate Kid, uses to defeat Jack Butler, aka Steve Vai, at the end of the movie Crossroads, aka the sickest movie ever. The Karate Kid didn't actually play the lick, of course, it was recorded by old Steve himself. But before we get into it, let's hear that thing again, at old stepdad speed. If you head over to my Instagram page at BenEllerGuitars, you can find a full tab for this week's lick, along with pictures of my sick guitars and cute puppy dogs. Be sure to go over there, find the tab for this week's lick, and learn how to play it, then upload a video of you shredding through it, along with the hashtag Weekend Wankshop. So as I'm sure you guys know, whenever you play an arpeggio, you're just playing the notes of a chord one by one, and in this case, we're playing a B diminished 7th chord, which is in its B, D, F, and G sharp, just repeated in a whole bunch of different octaves. Now if you were to play those notes across one string, maybe like this, like what I just did on the A string, you'd notice that it's symmetrical, it's all minor thirds, in other words 3-fret gaps. It's going from B to D to F to G sharp to B, again all of those were 3-note segments, and whenever we play this diminished 7 arpeggio pattern here, we're playing that same idea, it's just spaced out vertically rather than horizontally. Cool thing is too, is a diminished 7 arpeggio is actually easier than your sister. Here, check it out, it's going to have 2 notes on every string. On the low E, I'm going to play 7 and 10. On the A, I'm going to play 8 and 11. D string, I play 9 and 12. G string, that's 10 and 13. So you're noticing it's that same minor third, again 3-fret pattern, just shifting up 1 fret every time I move to the next string. So it started on 7, started on 8, 9, 10. Logically it should start on 11 next, but the B string is a whore. It really sucks. So you have to scooch up another fret. So the B string is going to go 12, 15, and then the high E string will be 13 and 16. Get familiar with that pattern and comfy with it, and this lick will make a whole lot more sense to you. So the basic premise of this lick is I'm playing through that arpeggio sequence 4 notes at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And here's the basic way that I'm thinking about doing this. This makes a lot more sense to me than just trying to memorize, 7, 10, 8, 11, 10, 8, 11, 9. It's like memorizing 100 phone numbers. Every string has 2 notes on it, right? What I'm thinking about doing is I'm playing 4 from the lowest note on the E. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what I'm doing is I'm playing 4 from the higher note on the E string. So again, remember, on the E we had a low note and a high note. Play 4 from the high note. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that gives us this sequence first. On the low E string I play 7, 10. On the A string I play 8, 11. Then on the low E string I play 10. A string 8, A string 11, D string 9. But again, I'm not really thinking of it that way. I'm going 4 from the lowest note on the E, 4 from the highest note on the E. Next, continue the same idea, I'll only go 4 from the lower note on the A string, so in other words from fret 8, and then 4 from the higher note on the A string, fret 11. Now if that's not making sense to you, here's the numbers. 8, 11 on the A, 9, 12 on the D, 11 on the A, 9 on the D, 12 on the D, 10 on the G. Next we start from the lower note on the D, which is fret number 9, 4 notes. Then go to the higher note on the D, fret 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, what we're going to do is play 4 from the lowest note on the G, which is fret number 10, the F note. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember that extra little shift you have right there because of the stupid B string. Now go from the higher note on the G, fret number 13, play 4 notes. And again, fretboard number wise, that's 10, 13 on the G, 12, 15 on the B, 13 on the G, 12th B, 15th B, 13th high E. And the very last lick here is a little bit different. I'm going to start from the lowest note on the B string, that's fret number 12, the B note, 4 notes. Then go to the higher note on the B, which is the 15th fret. And here we're going to play this sequence. I'm still thinking of that sort of diminished framework here on the high E string, the 13 and 16. And all I'm doing is connecting the dots, Pee Wee Herman style. 13, 14, 15, 16. Just riding up chromatically. So that last set here, we'll start off on the 12th B and play 4 notes. Then go to the 15th B, and then your 4 notes all on the high E string. 13, 14, 15, 16. So all together, we've got our set from the lowest on the E, highest on the E, lowest on A, highest on A, lowest on D, highest on D, lowest on G, highest on G, lowest on B, and then a little funky one at the end. Snazzy! As for the picking on this, it's all straight up alternate pick, down, up, down, up, down, down, up the entire way through. And if you want an extremely detailed lesson on that, I suggest that you head over to Troy Grady's YouTube channel. He's the creator of the absolutely life-changing Cracking the Code series of lessons, the best lessons about technique on YouTube, period. Absolutely amazing stuff. But he's got an entire episode devoted to the Steve Vai Diminished 4's lick, which is basically what we're talking about here today. It's a totally brilliant video and really opened my eyes up as for how to play sequences like this easy. Because depending on the way that you naturally pick, this could be an extremely hard sequence to play at high speeds. So once again, go over to Troy Grady's YouTube channel and find the lesson I'm talking about. I think it's called Steve Vai Guitar Lesson Diminished 4's or something like that. Be sure to watch that, and he's going to give you a full breakdown of the best way to pick stuff like this. And tell him Uncle Ben sent you. So there you go, kids. A cool new lick that's going to get you scaring kids all over the neighborhood in no time flat. Those diminished licks are just the best thing in the world for that. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at BenEllerGuitars. If you're interested in booking some one-on-one Skype lessons, please don't hesitate to drop me an email, BenEllerGuitars@gmail.com. We'll talk about rates and times and get you set up for some one-on-one lessons with me where we can talk about theory and scales and modes and technique and all that other good stuff you need. Thank you guys again for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for another cool lick next week. Cheers.